Boonville, California. I'm Michael K. Smith, a.k.a. Mike on the mic, on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the visiting number 2 seed Rincon Valley Christian Eagles against the host Anderson Valley Panthers. Rincon Valley comes into tonight's game with an overall record of 27-5, while the home team Anderson Valley is 27-6. These two teams very familiar with each other, and it seems like it's an every year occurrence that these two teams play each other not only in tournaments throughout the season, but meeting here in the postseason like they are tonight. They know that the championship has to go through each squad. When you ask the two coaches, they will say that you know, for them to win it all, and deservedly so, as these two schools have combined for the last 3 small school division championships in the North Coast section. They're about to announce the players here for the teams. You take a look at these two teams. For Anderson Valley, they're undefeated on their home floor this season. A perfect 9-0. Rincon Valley away from their court is 3-1. Rincon Valley does have the better team rankings according to Max Preps. They are ranked 574th in the state compared to Anderson Valley, who's 594th in the state. And they're almost about even as far as where they get their points in which periods or which games that they play throughout the match. For game 1, Rincon Valley averaging a 24.4 score, Anderson Valley 24.1. Games 2, Rincon Valley averaging 22.4 scores, 22.4 points, Anderson Valley 23.7. So they have the slight advantage there. In games 3, Anderson Valley again with the slight advantage, 21.6 points compared to 20.3 points. And for Rincon Valley, 25 points in a 4th game is what they're averaging. Like I said, these two teams have played each other this year. They played back on September 4th, in which Anderson Valley took the game. It was on Rincon Valley Christian's floor. They won 3-0, and Anderson Valley, and then Rincon Valley got revenge of their own later on that month on September 22nd, winning a 1-2 advantage, and that was a shortened game due to a tournament that Rincon Valley Christian was hosting. That was the St. Vincent tournament, actually, the St. Vincent tournament in which the Eagles of Rincon Valley Christian took a 2-1 score, 27-25, 19-25, 15-9. And then, like I said, the earlier win this year at Rincon Valley, a regular full-length game in which Anderson Valley won 3-0, 25-21, 25-17, 25-16 was the score in that one. And in that game, Hannah Andrews for Rincon Valley had a pretty good game, 11 kills, 22 digs. Her sister, Kara Andrews, had 25 digs, or Kirsten Andrews had 25 digs, 4 blocks, and Tara Sarnas had 21 assists. These two teams met in last year's championship game, and it was the Anderson Valley Panthers that came away in a win in a full 5 games, 3-2, a very exhilarating championship match last year in which Anderson Valley won 25-19, 17-25, 25-23, 23-25, 16-14. It was just a back-and-forth affair, and that last game was the best of them all, as in that 5-set thriller, the Game 5 score at one point was 16-14 was the final score. Anderson Valley had a 14-7 lead before Rincon Valley started reeling back a comeback. 7 straight points on serves from Heather Dyke, who is still on the team. She's a senior this year for Rincon Valley. She is going to be their defensive specialist. The Panthers finally got side out when a deep shot landed on the Eagles' back line, and on the championship point, Rincon Valley was unable to return the serve. That was last year's championship. We are now in this year's game, but like I said, these two teams have combined for the last 3 championships. In 2010, they met, and actually in 2010, Anderson Valley won the championship, and in that game, Anderson Valley beat Pacific Union Prep in 3, 25-16, 25-18, 25-16. And then in 2009, these two teams met, but Rincon Valley won the championship 3-0, 25-8, 25-21, 25-14. The players have been announced. Like I said, we are here at the Anderson Valley Gym, and it is very orange inside the gym. They're going to get ready for the national anthem, so we're going to take a quick break, folks, and we'll be back here on PlayOnSports.com. Welcome back to Saturday Night Volleyball here on PlayOnSports.com, coming to you live from Boonville, California. I'm Michael Smith on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Once again, tonight's matchup features the 27-5 Rincon Valley Christian Eagles visiting the 27-6 Anderson Valley Panthers with the 2012 North Coast Section Division 6 Championship on the line. Our referees are getting ready. The head ref will be Anna. Linesmen are Chris and Larry, and Dan is the down ref. I asked both coaches what they would need tonight for a win. Talking to head coach Mike McDonald, a.k.a. Flick, who's in his 29th season with Anderson Valley. He said his team wins tonight if they do a good job of ball control. And for Rincon Valley Christian, their coach Andrews, in his first year as varsity coach, taking over for Sandra Floor. He was a JV coach for a while. And his message for his team getting a win tonight, he said they'll win if they play as a team. Less about self, more about the team, and if they can recover quickly from mistakes. There's also a little bit more motivation on the line for Rincon Valley, as Coach Andrews has a mustache that he's had since he was 19 years old. He's now 54. And the thing is, if his Rincon Valley Christian Eagles win tonight, the team gets to shave his mustache. So we'll see if they'll shave the mustache tonight. Of course, that'll take place after the game, but they said it's going to happen right here on the floor. They're going to bust out the trimmers. He's got it ready to go. Maybe the girls are laughing. I think they can hear me. They want to shave his stash. I know that's his daughter, Hannah's giving me the thumbs up. These girls are ready. Mirla Gahiola in the middle. She's a talented athlete for Anderson Valley. And for Anderson Valley, it's going to be Perez to serve it over the net, and we are underway here in this championship match. Anderson Valley prides themselves on defense, keeping the ball off the floor, and they get the first point in this one here at home. A ball that hits right in front of Hannah Andrews, the star senior for Rincon Valley. And so the home team, Panthers, up 1-0 here in the first game. Perez getting ready to serve once again, has the bright pink shoelaces. Gets the ball over the net. Ball going backwards for Rincon Valley. Good job of recovering. They need to get it over the net, and they do. And now Anderson Valley will play for the control here. Gahiola going up hard, and the ball hits just inside. Or will they say no? They're going to say actually that it was outside the line there. So it's one serving one now. Serve in control of Rincon Valley, and they get it over the net. Gahiola with a fierce tap over the net. Hit it a little too hard and went over the line. Now a set and a serve for the Eagles. And getting the kill there was none other than number 11, Hannah Andrews. senior outside hitter. Her father is the head coach. Her sister also plays on this team, Kirsten Andrews, number 17, another outside hitter, sophomore. Right now, she's being asked to serve with her team up 2-1 in this first game. And a good job defensively of Anderson Valley being aware of the quick tap over by Rincon Valley. Now they're going to play for the kill once again. Will the Eagles? Another good job of defense, but they couldn't keep control of the ball into the court of play. Point stays with the Eagles, and they're now up 3-1. Racing to get it for Anderson Valley was make that Juana Manriquez, but she could not quite keep the ball inside the court as it went near the scorer's table. And now Gagiola will get a kill. Mirla Gagiola. Or no, she sends it wide. I'm sorry. So another point back to the Eagles. They have now kept serve for 4 straight points. 4 serving 1. Gagiola going for a kill once again. And with a soft touch, Kara Robinson not able to handle it for Rincon Valley. So Gagiola will get the kill. Point will go to Anderson Valley. Serve will get back into the hands of the white, brown, and yellow. Those are the colors of the Anderson Valley Panthers. Hannah Andrews going up high for the kill, and it's met by the Anderson Valley defense. Getting down to dig it out was Perez. Andrews going to try one more time, and she is successful. Killing that one right in front of the freshman, Alex Farber. Farber went down low to get it. Dug it out, but when she dug it out, the ball did not make it above the net. It actually went below the net. So point and serve back to the blue and white. Rincon Valley up 5-2. A little dinker that goes off the net. Rincon Valley still in control. Now it's back onto the side for Anderson Valley to do something with it. Ball up against the net, and it will be a point for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, who are up 6-2. This is their largest lead in the game, a 4-point lead. And just their tall bodies so far have been able to do a good job of being aware for any kind of slow taps that just barely get over the net. This time, Rincon Valley having trouble getting it past the net as they hit it into the net. That'll be an unforced error there, giving the point and serve back to the home team, Anderson Valley Panthers, who trail 3-6 at the moment. Andrews gets it over the net, another dig out, and now good save there by number 10, keeping alive Stephanie Garcia for Anderson Valley. And that's what Anderson Valley prides themselves on, is playing great defense. They're showing it here in this volley. Andrews going up for this, now her 3rd kill attempt, and each time Anderson Valley has met it and played great defense upon it. Andrews, can she get 4 times the charm? She will. Will not be denied on her 4th kill attempt. This one right in front of Karina Perez, the senior defensive specialist. Point and serve back to the Eagles, 7-3. Serving is Tara Sarnas, junior setter. Set now for Sarnas, who sets it back for Andrews, and another kill. This time just to the right of Juana Manriquez, but it is in the court of play. A point to the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, who now have their highest lead of the game, 8-3, and that'll force Coach McDonald into calling a timeout for his Anderson Valley Panthers. Folks, do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Then tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Anderson Valley Panthers, white, brown, and yellow are their colors. Black shorts. Some girls with the white knee braces, some with the black knee braces. All of the girls, however, with bright pink laces on their shoes. Keeping the breast cancer awareness theme alive here in the month of November. Sarnas to serve back from the break for the Eagles. Gets it over the net. Anderson Valley played it well, and now it's back into Rincon Valley territory. And it's Hannah Andrews once again lacing this one off of number 12, Juana Manriquez, the sophomore outside hitter. And Hannah Andrews so far early in this game has showed to be everything that she was hyped up to be. Her team enjoying a 9-3 lead in this first game of this 2012 North Coast Section Championship match. Anderson Valley has to get it over, and Glahiola does. The set one more time for Andrews, and yes! Andrews has just been finding the floor tonight at an impressive rate. Has a lot of zip on her spikes. Very impressive. Her team now leading 10-3, serving the ball over to Anderson Valley. A lot of communication on the floor for Rincon Valley, and he said that's, as talking about Coach Andrews for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, he said his team needs to do a good job of that. It's all about the team, he says. And a tap gone the wrong way for Glahiola. Tried to play that ball as best as she can, and she ended up booting it to her right to an empty set of stands that are peeled back, and a camera lady here filming it all. So that'll be an error on Glahiola. Point for Rincon Valley Christian. They're up 11-3 now here in this first game. And once again, Glahiola having trouble with the ball sent her way. This time it hit her right in the hands, and she could not set it up for her nearest teammate. It went right off her hands and downward, hitting the floor. And so now the lead continuing to just climb upward and upward for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, who now lead by 9 points, the largest lead of the contest, 12-3 here in this first game. As for Rincon Valley Christian, their colors, navy blue and white. They have the navy blue jerseys, navy blue pants, white numbers, both on the front and on the back. And above the numbers on the back, it reads their team name, Eagles, further stressing Coach Andrews' point of team, team, team. No individuals here for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, who will retain the serve coming back from the timeout. They lead 12-3 here in this game one of the 2012 North Coast Section Division 6 Championship. And an ace, this time for Rincon Valley Christian. Their serve unretaliated, and so it's now 13-3. Is that another ace? I'm going to say that one sailed wide, and so are the refs. So their chance at consecutive aces does not happen. They turn the serve over to Anderson Valley, who gets a point and now trails 4-13. Although Rincon Valley Christian getting right back to it and responding, getting a kill. Off of Juana Manriquez, it's now 14 serving 4. And that ball coming close to hitting the coach for Anderson Valley, Flick McDonald, who's nearly on the court. Point for Rincon Valley Christian, it's now 15 serving 4. And this time it's Stephanie Garcia not being able to handle the serve there. An ace point once again for the Eagles, who now lead 16-4 and control the serve. It's Hannah Andrews serving, their stout outside hitter. And so far the team really controlling this game off her serves. Anderson Valley has to tap it over, and they do. The set now for Sarnas. Good defense played by the Panthers, and it's back over to the Eagles side of things. Another set. This time the set was for Claire Doolittle, and once again, Anderson Valley is there. Another set try, this time for Huffman. Good dig out by Glahiola. And Anderson Valley having a good little lobby going on right now. Another great dig out, this time by Juana Manriquez. And so back to Rincon Valley Christian, who tries again. Will they be successful this time? They will. Off of Gagiola. Sprinting to try to get it was Karina Perez. She cannot, as that ball almost hits one of the banners lining the wall here at the gym, the Anderson Valley Home Gym. 17-4 now the score in favor of the Eagles. And this time a kill for Kirsten Andrews, the other sister. Hannah has gotten so much notoriety in this program the last couple years. As a junior last year, she was the MVP of her league. And now it's little sis Kirsten in the mix as a sophomore, having to play up front in her sister's position right now as her sister retains serve and has done a great job. They've scored a lot of points off Hannah Andrews' serves. Have the Eagles of Rincon Valley Christian, who lead 18-4. 25 points, remember, will get them the victory in this game one. And it's Andrews who has done so well on the serve and so well killing the ball tonight up front, trying to get another hard spike, and this time she spikes it into the net, giving point and serve now to Anderson Valley. 5 serving 18. Set for Kirsten Andrews, and she hits it into the net. And that is one of the things that Anderson Valley does well. They force the other team to overhit. And when you do that sometimes, you might miss and hit it into the net. That's 2 straight points now for the Panthers, who are down 6-18. And this time the block put on by Kirsten Andrews. It was Gabby McDonald trying to underhand tap it over the net, and Kirsten Andrews blocked her attempt and set it straight back onto the floor. Point for the Eagles. It's now 19 serving 6. And for the first time serving tonight for Rincon Valley Christian, it's Daniela Zapata, I'm sorry, defensive specialist with the yellow ribbon in her hair. Hard hit there. Goes deep. So the point goes back to the Panthers. 7 serving 19 now. On the serve will be Danielle Anderson, a junior outside hitter. She has the light pink, dark pink ribbon in her hair. And being forced, actually that's an unforced error there for Tara Sarnas, the junior setter. And now she's talking it over with Kara Robinson, saying, I'm sorry, as she was up against the net, really couldn't do anything with it. 8 serving 19. And another serve that is hit with a little bit too much power. Extending beyond the line to now make the score 20 serving 8. Serve back into the hands of Rincon Valley, and getting a running serve there was Heather Deitch, senior. And the Panthers get it over the net. It's off of Deitch. The set for Kirsten Andrews. And Kirsten Andrews with just the slightest tap, it goes off the net. And the head ref, Anna, is going to give control to the Panthers. It's Perez to serve it for the Panthers. And good dig out there by Gagiola. She's going to have to get it over the net, and she does. And I believe she gets a point. No. Once again, I'm slowly getting confused here with the markings on that side for Rincon Valley. But the point went over. Now I'm seeing the line pretty well. Took me a while to see the lines here with this lighting that they have in the court. Orange lighting. And taking a few extra bounces before she serves the ball is Juana Manriquez. She gets it over the net. And a good dig out by Perez. Gagiola to save it. And she nearly lands in the stands. But it did go off the Panthers, and so the point and serve back to Rincon Valley Christian, who lead now 22-10. Oh, and a nice sprawling save there by Perez. Although they're going to say when Perez went to dive to get it, half of her body was outside the line. And so the point will stay with the Eagles. 23 serving 10. Gahiola, slight one-handed tap over to net. Hannah Andrews now for the kill, and it's Manriquez there. And Manriquez to tap it over to net. And now the Eagles setting up. And once again, another good dig out there by Danielle Anderson. And then the Eagles get the kill just in front of Stephanie Garcia. And so now, game point on the line here for the Eagles, 24-10. And a horrible serve for the Eagles. Number 5, that being Kara Robinson. And so that gives the serve back to Gahiola and the Anderson Valley Panthers, who are down by 13, 11-24. Andrews with a nice hard spike, but great defense by Perez, and now it's back to the Eagles. And good job there of Sarnas bailing out the empty spot on the floor. And so now we're seeing a nice little lobby going on. And a good block there by Danielle Anderson. Anderson playing hard up front. And so now a point for Anderson Valley makes this 12, serving 24. Gahiola on the serve. Mirla Gahiola, a stellar athlete, all league in volleyball, softball, and basketball. And now it's Stephanie Garcia lacing one through, finding the empty spot on the floor, keeping the serve in the hands of her Panthers, who bring the margin to 11, 13 serving 24. Hannah getting it over the net, but once again, great defense. It's Garcia setting it for number 7, that being Perez, and then a little celebration there after the Panthers pick up the point. And they have brought this gap to within 10 now. It's 14 serving 24. Can they come back all the way? Gahiola on the serve. And now it's Sarnas. Sets it for Andrews, who got lazy and bumped it into the net. Hannah Andrews. And so that's 4 consecutive points now for the Panthers, 15 serving 24. And there it is. Game point from Hannah Andrews. And her Rincon Valley Christian Eagles take the first game by a score of 25-15. Folks, PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at playonsports.com. On both Facebook, you can follow us on PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. 25-15 in favor of the Eagles in the first game of this 2012 North Coast Section Championship match. The Eagles got here by beating the California School of the Deaf out of Fremont. They were the 3 seed. They won that in a 4-set match, 3-1. Winning 25-16, 26-24, 26-28, 25-20. Eagles versus the Eagles in that one. And this is what the Rincon Valley coach, Jim Andrews, said about that game. He said in set 3, CSD were the ones who knew how to finish when they won that set 26-28, a long, in the sport of volleyball, that would be considered an overtime game there, going past the 25 points needed for a victory. He said, CSD gave us one of the better battles we have had all year. They put up a good fight, and you can see why they're ranked number 3. And in that same article, they were asked about how confident he was for this game tonight against Anderson Valley, and he said, am I totally confident against AV? I will tell you yes, but I have a lot of respect for them. It's going to be a fight, and Anderson Valley will bring it. They will play defensively, and we will have to out-offense them, end quote. So, head coach confident tonight that his team could get the victory. And why not? His daughter, Hannah Andrews, so strong. I didn't get her kill numbers for that match. I'll try to see if I can run over to the scorer's table right quick, folks. We'll be back here on PlayOnSports.com. All right, folks, we're back here. Michael Smith, PlayOnSports.com, live from the Anderson Valley Gym in Boonville, California. Game 1 is in the books, and it went to the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles by a score of 25-15. They will now serve here in this second set. 2 more sets, and the championship is theirs. They're trying to take it away from Anderson Valley, who has won the last 2, and they're looking for a three-peat here on their home floor. Game 2 is now underway. And point goes to the home team, Panthers. That ball just staying within the confines of the volleyball court there. So 1 serving 0. It's Perez on the serve for the Panthers. And a nice little kind of trick tap over the net. Misdirection tap, but the Panthers are ready for it. And then it's Gahiola firing up the crowd with a kill in no man's land. Her team controls the serve still, 2-0. Perez once again on the serve. And the Eagles set it up for a kill attempt there by Kara Robinson. Panthers playing great defense. They blocked the shot at one point in time. The Eagles still had the ball on their floor of the court and were responding to it, and then they tap it out of bounds. And so another point for the Panthers, who lead 3-0 here to start off this set 2. And coming in hard for the kill, jumping up, running at the ball was number 11, Hannah Andrews. Gets her first kill here in set 2. And now her team will get control of the serve since serving to start this set. It's 1 serving 3, and on the serve for Rincon Valley is Kara Robinson. She's kind of the fiery leader of this team. Hannah Andrews does it with her kills, but her dad was telling me she's pretty quiet for the most part. And I'll tell you what, this gym is not going to stay quiet for any longer if the Panthers can keep scoring points. Their hometown fans loving it. Point and serve back to the Panthers of Anderson Valley, 4-1. It'll be Juana Manriquez to serve. And Gahiola playing tough up against the net. And in doing so, there's a net violation against the Eagles. Point to the Panthers, who now lead 5-1. Good dig out on the serve there by Kirsten Andrews. Setting it for her sister, Hannah, off of Gahiola's hands. Still in control of the Panthers, and Gahiola finding the open floor in the back for a point. 6 serving 1. Like I said, Gahiola just a complete package as an athlete. She plays every sport she can here in a school that has an enrollment size of about 150 students, so there's not much for people to do. It's kind of like you have to play all 3 sports, or as much sports as you can. And Anderson Valley doing all they can here with great defensive skills. contesting every ball that is hit their way, digging them out. And the ball just bouncing their way here in game 2. Another point. And they have their largest lead of the night, 7-1. And the Eagle fans were starting to get a "Here we go Eagles" chant, as not only do the teams switch sides for game 2, but the fans have to switch sides as well to get behind their team. Point and serve now to the hands of Rincon Valley Christian. 2 serving 7. Gahiola there to match the block attempt by Hannah Andrews. And then getting the soft tap over was the freshman sensation, Alex Farber. Nice little soft-handed, two-handed touch over the net for Farber. Makes this an 8-2 game and gives control of the serve back to her Panthers. Huffman trying to go for the soft tap, but great defense being played by Anderson Valley. They were there, and they're here again, and this time Farber, who does the best she can to race out with one arm to bump it, but she couldn't get great height on the bump, and it goes up against the net, and she would have had to touch it twice, which would have been a point violation, so instead she let it go. Still a point for the Eagles, who now trail 8-3 here in this game 2. It took the first game by a score of 25-15. Off the net, and point for the Panthers. Getting the point there was number 7, Karina Perez. So the Panthers have the serve. It's Stephanie Garcia, the setter, to serve. 9 serving 3, and once again, the RVC fans getting the "Here we go Eagles" chant. And a tap off the net, which was controlled by Claire Doolittle and her Eagles. And now they still have control, and Doolittle sends one right off of the Panthers, who will keep the point. Timeout taken by Rincon Valley Christian, who trails here in game 2, 10-3. Folks, PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Saturday night volleyball action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championships events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. As PlayOn Sports is locked in all of the championships in every sport for the North Coast section, the Central Coast section, the Sac Joaquin section, and the San Francisco section. And speaking of the San Francisco section, my next broadcast after tonight will be Thursday morning, live from Kezar Stadium in San Francisco for the San Francisco section football championship between the Lincoln Lions and the Mission Bears. Back from the break, and it's the Panthers serving on their home floor. 10-3 they lead. And the point goes to the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. A couple substitutions on the floor. Rincon Valley had their libero in there for a little bit. You could tell her right away. She's the only girl on the team that has a different colored jersey. The liberos always wear the white jersey compared to their colors team, or they'll just always have the off color of whatever the rest of the team's wearing. Grace Bartholomew, the libero for Rincon Valley Christian. A point for Anderson Valley. And Anderson Valley has no libero. If they did, she'd be probably wearing either a brown or yellow shirt compared to her teammates who are wearing white tops. They lead 11-4 due to the Anderson Valley Panthers. Nice chase to go get it from Jade Buckman, the opposite hitter freshman, I should say. And now it's Hannah Andrews from the back, trying to send a fierce ball over to the Panthers, but they do a good job of getting it back over to the net. And the ball deflecting off the net and hits the ground for a point. Kirsten Andrews hit it last for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, so she will get the point. And now it's 11 serving 5, or 5 serving 11, I'm sorry. The Eagles have the serve and trail by 6. And now talking things out are Daniela Zapata and Hannah Andrews for the Eagles. Kara Robinson stating her case that she did not touch the net. That ball in the air. Either way, it was kind of a weird circumstance of how Rincon Valley Christian got the point. It'll now be 6 serving 11. And a tap gone bad for the Panthers as Juana Manriquez hits it backwards. Her teammate's not ready for that. And so just like that, the Eagles clawing back or with their talons. It's now 7 serving 11. It was 11-3 at one point in time. And another point for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. Kirsten Andrews tapping it over, high-fiving her teammates up front. And what was an 8-point margin is now quickly turned into just a 3-point margin. 8 serving 11, and the ace from Heather Deitch, hitting off the hands of Stephanie Garcia and backwards. And now it's only a 2-point game here in game 2, 9 serving 11. Talking more about Hannah Andrews this season, she has just been a force. She's 6'2". She's definitely the tallest player on the court. And this is what her coach, Sandra Floor, last year said about her. Quote, she can hit the ball straight down. She's got those arms that go straight over the net. Last year, Andrews wound up with the second highest passing percentage on the team. And that's rather remarkable for a girl who kills the ball a lot to be there to pass it on for her teammates. Well, we've seen her do a good job coming from the back tonight, setting things up for her sister or Sarnas. Even Robinson has gotten involved in some of the killing action tonight for the Eagles. Gahiola with an off the side two-handed tap to get it over the net. And now it's the Panthers in control. Garcia setting it up for Manriquez, who gets it over the net. But the Eagles do a good job of controlling it and getting it back to the Panthers, who get it back to the Eagles. Making contact with the net was Tara Sarnas, but she does get the ball over to the Panthers, who now get it back to the Eagles. Eagles setting it up. It's Sarnas for Kirsten Andrews off the hands of Chelsea Teague, who checks in for Anderson Valley. She stays ready off the bench. And now we're seeing another good volley from both teams. Two girls combining to get the ball there. Staying put was Gahiola. Perez also tried to save that ball. In doing so, both girls do not save it. Another point to the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, who have stormed back from down 11-3 to make this 11-10. Only trailing by 1, looking to tie it up here. And Manriquez got lucky that she didn't double tap the ball there. Deitch digging it out for the Eagles. Panthers showing good resolve as they get a dig out from Perez. Gahiola with the kill attempt there, but great dig out by Deitch. And this time the kill sent over by the small one, number 12, Daniela Zapata, doing a good job. She has her celebration going with Hannah Andrews, and just like that, the Eagles have come back to tie this one up. We're all knotted at 11 here in game 2. Off the hands of Stephanie Martinez. Luckily, Chelsea Teague raced back to get it. She taps it over the net, and now it's the Eagles in control. Hannah Andrews with a hard, fierce tap over. Great defense displayed once again by the Panthers. Another set, this time for Robinson, who spikes it off of Chelsea Teague. And then Teague cannot control it. The ball hits out of bounds And so, Rincon Valley Christian has their first lead here in game 2. They have come back all the way from down 11-3 to now take the lead 12-11. Timeout on the floor as both coaches talk it over with their teams. This Anderson Valley High School gym, different than any other gym I've ever been in with the orange lights. As I'm starting to get through this broadcast, though, it's starting to look more and more normal. But this gym is home of the annual Redwood Classic. They call it the biggest little basketball tournament in the world. It's a high school in which the junior and senior part of the high school are put together. So 7th graders, 8th graders, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, all in the same campus. A very small school here in Boonville, California. We're back from the break. Each teams have had time to talk it over, and Gagiola with an unforced error there, hitting it into the net. And quickly she gets back to try to make up for her wrongs. She's in her set position with her team down 13-11. Deitch on the serve for the Eagles. And Deitch falling forward to try to get it. She cannot do so. Lands on her face. It's now 12 serving 13 as the Panthers of Anderson Valley will get the ball. It'll be Danielle Anderson, the junior, to serve. Andrews is there for the underhand tap. Nice spike attempt there by Kirsten Andrews. Panthers are ready, and then they hit a ball below the net, so obviously they weren't ready. They were ready for the spike attempt. They got that one up in the air, and then the next hit went underneath the net. And so they have given up a lot of points here in this game, unmatched. It's now 15 serving 12. A 12-1 run for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles here in game 2. Mighty impressive. And now a point back to the Panthers. Makes it 13 serving 15. It'll be Perez on the serve. Perez getting it over the net. Sarnas with the set for Kara Robinson, and the block by Juana Manriquez makes this a 14 serving 15 game. Manriquez going up and blocking it high in the middle. Great job by Juana. Perez with the serve for the Panthers. And it's Juana Manriquez getting it over the net. Hannah Andrews with a fierce attempt at a spike, but being there for the Panthers is Chelsea Teague. And the Eagles hit the ball out of bounds. And so it's a tie game once again, 15-all here in game 2 of this 2012 North Coast Section Division VI Championship Girls Volleyball match. Folks, if you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports school broadcast program. I can't stress it enough how great of a program it is. A couple of schools have seen us do work for them and have now had their own schools doing work. Granite Bay does their own productions. It comes out rather nicely. And Bishop O'Dowd, we used to cover them with KBC Sports, and now I notice they have their own students producing their own broadcasts. Let your students get a part of that. Become young, early broadcasters such as I. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Timeouts have been taken. The girls are back on the floor. And a great serve there by Karina Perez, mishandled by Kirsten Andrews. And so the lead back into the favor of the home team. Anderson Valley, 16 serving 15. Sarnis setting it up high for Kara Robinson. Teague to dig it out. And there must have been a net violation there against the Panthers, giving point and serve to the Eagles. It's now knotted up at 16. Gagiola digs out the serve, and then the ball is finally tapped over by Stephanie Garcia. Hannah Andrews sending it over to net. Danielle Anderson playing it well. Over back to the net for the Eagles. Hannah Andrews with a ferocious spike there in front of Chelsea Teague. Finds the floor, and it's now 17-16 in favor of the Eagles, who serve it over to the Panthers. Manriquez sets it over for Gagiola, who gets it over to net, and now it's Sarnis for Andrews, and Andrews misfires on that attempt. Wide right and out of bounds. Back to a tie ball game here, 17-all in game 2. Once again, the Eagles did take game 1 by a score of 25-15. Manriquez on the serve for the Panthers. Slow touch. Gets it over. Sarnis for Hannah Andrews. Good dig out there by Perez. Gagiola tapping it over the net, and racing forward, getting down to her knees was Kirsten Andrews to save the ball from hitting the floor. Then the ball came back to the Eagles after a good volley by the Panthers, and some miscommunication between Kirsten Andrews and Madison Provost. And the ball hits off of Provost and out of bounds. And another ball off of Provost, who is having a tough time handling it, and Provost is going to take a seat on the bench after she mishandles 2 balls that come her way, both resulting in points for the Panthers. 19 serving 17, and now the libero checks in for the Eagles. That's Grace Bartholomew, the sophomore. A block attempt from Alex Farber, the freshman, is no good for the Panthers. Meeting her up in the air was Claire Doolittle, number 15. So that gives the point to the Eagles. Tara Sarnis to serve for her Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, who trail 18-19. And this time it's the sophomore Kirsten Andrews who nudges the ball backwards and out of bounds. And now 20 serving 18 for the Panthers. It's Gagiola on the serve. Mirla Gagiola. And then Anna Andrews, who is so good at hitting the ball however hard she wants. She can hit it hard, or she can just get the baby tap. That time she gets the baby tap over for a point. 19 serving 20 with the serve back into the hands of the Eagles. And it's Hannah Andrews, the one responsible for getting the point, who serves it. The libero still in to dig it out, this time Bartholomew. Andrews sends it over the net. Good defense being played by the Panthers, who get it back to the Eagles. And now, Kirsten Andrews with the kill attempt. Great dig out by Manriquez, sent over by Garcia. Point for the Panthers, as the Eagles are unable to hit that one in play. It goes out of bounds, and now it's 21 serving 19. Mirla Gagiola will continue to serve for the Panthers. And that ball hits in bounds right near the libero. Grace Bartholomew, who will now take a seat on the bench. Provost coming back in. 21 serving 19. I think it should be 22 serving 19. At least that's what I thought. The scorers have yet to change the score. And it is 22 serving 19. Or is it? There's still debate on to who got the point. And now Gagiola is going to talk to the main referee, that being Anna. And she's kind of dismayed what the call is. Talking with head coach McDonald, no one knows what's going on. I guess the point goes to Rincon Valley Christian. At least that's what it's showing on the scoreboard. So it's 20 serving 21, but the other line judge, or the linesman, Chris, is still talking to the scorer's table to make sure of this. Coach McDonald now sorry about that, folks. I was going to say Coach McDonald animated after that one, telling his team to get ready as they got a point looked to be taken away from them. I thought they had the point to make it 22 to 20, or 22-19, but instead it was 21-20. And the Eagles on the serve get another point on a block attempt by Jade Buckman, the freshman. And so now it's a 21-21 score. So that point could prove to be huge. The point which at the end went into the hands of the Eagles. Speaking of hands of the Eagles, Hannah Andrews not being able to control the hard hit that came her way. She got down to the ground to try to save it, but could not. So point and serve back to the Panthers, 22-21. And checking in for the Panthers is going to be number 15, Gabby McDonald, the junior. She will serve. Gabby serves it. It goes off the hands of Daniela Zapata. They're still playing it. And eventually it's Hannah Andrews with a very hard tap into the net. Point and serve staying in the hands of the Panthers, 23-21. Nice misdirection hit over the net there by Sarnis. Kind of a backwards tap. No-look hit. And the Eagles, once again, with another tap over the net. It's now going to be 23-22. Gahiola still looking at the referee Anna's way, and she's going to come up and talk to Anna to kind of make sure about things. And now she's back and set. It's Deitch to serve for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. 22 serving 23. The Eagles down by 1 at the moment. Hannah Andrews. Nice underhand bump set for Sarnis, who gets it over the net. And now it's Stephanie Garcia to Danielle Anderson, who gets it over the net. Kirsten Andrews back for the Panthers. It's Garcia for Manriquez. Manriquez taps it over the net. Nice little soft tap by Hannah Andrews. Manriquez is going to have to put it over the net once again. She does. And now it's Sarnis setting it up for Kirsten Andrews, who gets it over, but Gahiola with the nice dig out. Garcia setting it up for Anderson, back to the Eagles. Eagles set it up for Kirsten Andrews. She cannot do so, as there is Perez. It's Garcia setting it for Gahiola, who gets it over the net. And now Deitch with the sky-high ball. It's going to have to be played by the Eagles, and it is. Sarnis for Hannah Andrews, and once again, more good defense played by the Panthers. Manriquez gets it over the net. Sarnis for Kirsten Andrews, who gets it to Teague, who digs it out. Garcia to Danielle Anderson, soft tap. Great volley we're seeing here. It's Sarnis setting it up for Kirsten Andrews off the net. Deflection off of Sarnis, out of bounds. Point for the Anderson Valley Panthers. Thought I was going to lose breath there. 24 serving 22. Game point here for the Panthers if they can get it. Danielle Anderson on the serve. She gets it over the net, and it's off the hands of number 12, Daniela Zapata. And so game point goes to the Anderson Valley Panthers. 25-20 in set 2. And we're looking at a brand new ball game, folks, as we are tied up here going into the third game on PlayOnSports.com's coverage of the 2012 North Coast Section Division 6 Girls Volleyball Championship.
Championship.
All right, folks, so we're back here. Anderson Valley, who won game 2, and now they will serve with the brand new ball game. They lost game 1 by a final score of 25-15, comes back to win game 2, 25-20. And Anderson Valley has been very impressive in the sport of volleyball. At least to my knowledge, and Max Preps, or should I say CIF, North Coast, they have had a history full-out bracket since 2001, and since then, every year, Anderson Valley has been in the playoffs, so that is pretty impressive. They've always been in the lowest level of competition. In 2001, Division 5, they lost in the semifinals to the 2-seed SF University. In 2002, they were a 6-seed that lost to the 3rd-seeded College Prep in the second round. In 2003, they were a 5-seed that lost in the quarterfinals to the 4th-seeded Upper Lake. This is a member of the North Coast League Section 3 or North Coast League Division 3. In 2004, they were the 2-seed with a 34-2 clip as they were upset in the semifinals to the SF University, 3-1. In 2005, they were a top dog, number 1 seed that was upset, one of the biggest upsets in volleyball history, at least in the Division 5 North Coast section, as the number 1 seed was taken out by 12-seeded Urban in 3 games. Back in 2005, they were 34-1 up until that game. And they lost in the semifinals to a 12-seeded Urban team that got hot. They have won it all in 2010 and 2011. Last year was their first year since 2004 in which they went back to the North Central League 3. 2005 through 2010, they were part of the North Central League 2 North. It'll be Perez to serve it here for Anderson Valley. And it's off the hands of Daniela Zapata, the defensive specialist who has had troubles tonight a lot of the time. And so she is taken out by head coach Andrews. In steps the libero, Grace Bartholomew, sophomore. And another hard hit where no man's land was in Rincon Valley Christian territory. Point for the Panthers, who now lead 2-0. And so they're doing pretty well off the serve of Karina Perez, one of the seniors who was an all-leaguer last year. First team all-league along with Mirla Gagiola, who is playing up front right now. And the Eagles send one to the back, and that ball just hits inside the court. Gagiola and Perez letting it go, thinking that ball was going to sail out, but it did hit inside the confines, and so a point to the Eagles, and now they have served, 1 serving 2. And Gagiola excited as she finds an empty space on the floor. Celebrates afterwards. It's now 3 serving 1. Gagiola and Garcia talking things over right now. Manriquez on the serve. And it's Gagiola being blocked by Hannah Andrews. Point to the Eagles, 2 serving 3. It will also get served. Brittany Douglas make that Kara Robinson to serve for the Eagles. It goes off of Garcia. Bump set by Farber for Gagiola, and back to the Eagles side of things. Hannah Andrews with the kill attempt, but Perez is there. Garcia bumps it up high for Farber. Farber off of Robinson, who hits it over the net. Now it's Garcia setting it up for Gagiola. Tries to go off Robinson, but Robinson plays good defense. Just uses her body as a shield. Hannah Andrews puts it over the net, but a great dig out by Perez. Another good volley we're seeing, and Hannah Andrews with an attempt to save it from hitting the floor. With a wiry shot there, it hits, almost hits our producer's girlfriend here. Omar Lewis, his girlfriend, in the stands, and she almost nearly got taken out by the ball. It's 4 serving 2. Gagiola on the serve for the Panthers, playing at their home gym here as the #1 seed. They are taking on the 2-seeded Eagles of Rincon Valley Christian. And Hannah Andrews putting a little bit too much mustard on that hit. And so the ball will go out of bounds. It's now 5 serving 2. Speaking of mustard, a lot of mustard yellow here in this gym. Like I said, the home colors of the Anderson Valley Panthers, white, brown, and yellow. Their jerseys white with brown numbers outlined in yellow. And above the numbers on the front, it reads Anderson Valley in capitalized font. Hannah Andrews getting it over to the Panther side of the floor. Great defense being displayed by both schools at the moment. And then a hard kill by Hannah Andrews right in front of Karina Perez, the senior. Now makes this a 3-5 ball game. 3 serving 5 as it will be the Eagles who get back point and serve. Serving it is Sarnis for Rincon Valley Christian. Digging that one out was Kirsten Andrews, but she hits it into the stands. And so now it's 6 serving 3. Kirsten Andrews, a sophomore, has looked good at times and has had her moments at times. Her sister Hannah Andrews has been pretty consistent for the most part. The one they call on for the kills, and she is there once again for the kill, making it now 4-6. And she's going to go back to serve the ball for her Eagle teammates. And she does get it over the net. Gagiola digging it out. Now it's Danielle Anderson who puts it for Farber, who gets it over the net. Now it's Kirsten Andrews off of Gagiola. High in the sky for Garcia. Back to Gagiola, who puts it off the hands of Madison Provost. Point to the Panthers, who now lead 7-4. Head coach Mike McDonald, AKA Flick, wearing the black polo khaki pants. And it's Perez for Flick's team, who slices that one right off her hands, out of bounds. Point to the Eagles, who make some substitutions. There's also substitutions for the Panthers. Coming in for the Panthers is Teague. Zapata will come in on the floor to replace Provost. And also Jade Buckman will come on the floor for Rincon Valley Christian. Two straight points now for Rincon Valley Christian make this a 6-7, or make that it's 8-5. Point actually went to the Panthers. The scoreboard operator at first gave the point to the Eagles to make it 7-6, and then changed it at the last moment to make it 8-5. Gagiola to get it over the net, and now the Eagles will display. It's Kirsten Andrews with the facial for Perez, but she does a good job of still playing defense, and her teammates have her back. Little soft tap by Sarnis. And the Panthers are able to play off of it, and it's Gagiola with a soft tap in between players on the floor for the Eagles. Zapata and Robinson racing to get it. No one can. And so now it's 9-5 in favor of the home team. The Panthers, Anderson Valley, Danielle Anderson serving it for Anderson Valley. And that ball hits line, but they're going to say that the point went to the Eagles. 6 serving 9. And McDonald talking things over with some of his teammates, or his team members. He is the coach for Anderson Valley. Deitch on the serve for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, and Deitch digs it out. It's Sarnis setting it up for Kirsten Andrews off the hands of Perez, and now it's Gagiola getting it over the net. Manriquez tapping it up. And a fake out block attempt by Sarnas. Created some trickery. And then a block attempt by Manriquez. Point goes to the Panthers. Manriquez, not all that tall for the Panthers, but she acts tall in blocking the shot. A timeout is taken by head coach Andrews, Jim Andrews, and his Rincon Valley Christian Eagles with the score 10-6 in favor of the number 1 seed and home team, Anderson Valley Panthers. Folks, PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action you see every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. And speaking of Twitter, you can follow me at Mike on the Mic 24. That's Mike, M-I-K-E, on the Mic, the short abbreviation for microphone, M-I-C, with the letter, or with the number 24 at the end of it. And there you will see a picture of what this gym looks like. I took a picture of home of the Panthers. You can see the orange light. I also put it on my Instagram and Facebook and told people that there was no Instagram effect put onto the picture. That's just the way the inside of this gym looks. We're back from timeout. The score, 10-6, as the Panthers have the serve coming back from the break. Gagiola with another soft tap to get it over the net. Great dig out there by the Panthers' number 4, Teague, Chelsea Teague. However, they're going to say the ball hit the ground on that dig out by Teague, and so the point goes to the Eagles. 7-10. And now Gagiola puts it over the net after a couple of hits from Garcia and Manriquez to set it up. Here it is, Garcia setting it up for Gagiola. A little soft-handed one-handed tap that goes off a couple Eagles, hits the net, and then onto the floor. Point for the Panthers. Lead back to 4. 11-7. It'll be Juana Manriquez, the sophomore, to serve. Juana Manriquez, who sure does bounce the ball a lot before she finally serves it. Those are her good luck bounces. Nice little underhand tap to Garcia. Sets it up for Gagiola. Deflects off the net, and it's a point. 12-7 now. And the Panthers will keep control of the serve. McDonald looking on. Here is Manriquez. One-handed hit over the net, played by Deitch. And now it's Hannah Andrews. Great dig out by Danielle Anderson. Backhanded bump by Garcia keeps the ball in play for the Panthers. And then Hannah Andrews serves up a hard spike off the face of number 7, that being Karina Perez, the defensive specialist senior for the Panthers. She cannot play that, and so it'll be 8-12, and Perez getting down to play that serve from the Panthers. Tapping it over the net is Gagiola. Set for Andrews, Hannah Andrews, and she gets the point off of Perez. So Perez has really taken some hard shots by Andrews here. 2 consecutive points. Deitch is going back to get the ball that went out of bounds. 9-12 here. Kara Robinson on the serve for the Eagles of Rincon Valley Christian. Farber sets it for Gagiola, who gets it over the net, and now the Eagles. Hannah Andrews, kill attempt, this time in front of Manriquez. 3 straight kills by Hannah Andrews, who has gotten her team back into the mix. 10-12, timeout taken by the Panthers. And you see the coach for Rincon Valley Christian, so relaxed. He's wearing shorts tonight, very casual. He says, I'm indoors. I don't have to worry about the cold or the rain. Shorts, a full head of hair, unlike the head coach for the Panthers. And like I said, the deal with this guy, talking about Coach Jim Andrews, he can shave his mustache off tonight if his team wins. Mustache he's grown for 35 years. Since he was 19, he's had that mustache. He's now 54. And that was the motivational kind of speech that was brought up to the girls at the beginning of the playoffs. If we win all the way, then you guys get to shave the stash. And supposedly he was telling me that one of the girls asked him after last victory, well, can we at least shave half of the stash off? He said, no, we got to go all the way for you guys to shave off any of this mustache. So 13 serving 10. It'll now be 14 serving 10 as the Panthers have gotten 2 consecutive points off of the serve of Mirla Gagiola. Gagiola puts it in play, but the Eagles cannot respond to it. Hannah Andrews with an unforced error hits the ball up against the net. 15 serving 10. Gagiola taking some time before serving it. Now she does. And the Eagles are there. It's Sarnis with the set for Doolittle, who plays up front with Andrews at the moment. Farber hits that ball far and wide and out of bounds. Point goes to the Eagles, and so does the serve. It's now 11 serving 15. It'll be Tara Sarnis, the junior, to serve. She goes with the one-handed touch over the net. Gagiola taps it over the net. And now Doolittle having to race out of the way. It seemed that it seemed as if there was 4 Eagles in the vicinity, and no one wanted to get anywhere near that ball. Had a little bit of a weird spin on it. Jade Buckman cannot get it. 16-11 is now the score in favor of the Panthers. And the Eagles try to hit it over the net, but the ball goes up high and falls short, not making it over the net. It'll now be 17-11. Stephanie Garcia with the serve. Getting down to a knee to save that one was Kirsten Andrews. And then the ball goes off of Kirsten and out of bounds. Like I said, Kirsten has had a tough time tonight with some of the balls that have gone her way. And now she's in the back with her sister, telling her sister to move up a little bit. It's 18 serving 11. Head coach Jim Andrews, the father of the 2 daughters, Kirsten and Hannah, told me they are best of buddies off the court. The ball nearly hitting me and Omar this time. As the Eagles hit that ball out of bounds, it's now 19-11. And another ace this time for the Panthers off the serve of Stephanie Garcia, which cannot be controlled by Jade Buckman. She went down low to get it, but could not put it over the net. It goes underneath the net, and so it's 20-11, forcing head coach Jim Andrews to call another timeout. And now it's really getting loud. Fans trying to outdo each other with "Let's Go Panthers" chants and "Let's Go Eagles" chants. A very good atmosphere for high school sports in Boonville, California, a small town located north of Santa Rosa, near Mendocino. You drive through it on the 128, Highway 128. Like I said, 150 students was what head coach Mike McDonald was telling me before the game. That's it. Only 150 kids at this school, which means there's only really maybe 2 different teachers, if that. And the Eagles get the point back from the timeout break. So now it's 12 serving 20. Hannah Andrews on the serve. Nice little no-look tap by Danielle Anderson over the net. And the point goes to the Panthers. Net violation against the Eagles. It's now 21-12. Gahiola will give the ball to Gabby McDonald, the junior who checks in off the bench. She will serve. It's Prevost digging out the serve. Now sets it for the hands of Hannah Andrews. And what a beautiful save and dive by Karina Perez. And now it's Kirsten Andrews with a nice tap. Gahiola saves it, however. Manriquez for Garcia, who gets it over the net. And now it's Hannah Andrews, who goes down low. Sarnas to Kirsten Andrews. Once again, great defense by Gahiola. Garcia to Manriquez, getting it over the net. And now it's Sarnas setting it for Kirsten Andrews. And Kirsten Andrews gets it into the court of play for a point in that back corner to make it 13-21. The Andrews sisters have been responsible for at least half of the kills tonight, if not more. And now it's Daniela Zapata, the sophomore, to serve. And she bounces the ball a number of times and now is ready to serve. She gets it over the net. It's Garcia for Manriquez. Hard tap by Gahiola. And now the Eagles will be forced to play. It's Kirsten Andrews, who went off Teague, and then great defense by Garcia to keep it alive for Manriquez. Tap over by Doolittle. Make that Kara Robinson. And so now both teams playing the volley game back and forth. And it's Garcia who nearly hits it into the auditorium stage here at the gym. Out of bounds. And point to the Eagles. Zapata will retain serve. 14 serving 21. Garcia hits the serve off of Manriquez, and then it's Gahiola shoving it over the net. And a combined dig-out save there with Perez and Chelsea Teague, and then Teague with the two-handed volley over the back of her body and over the net. And that one had some weird spin on it in which the Eagles could not do anything with it. Point goes to the Panthers. It's 22 serving 14. Danielle Anderson 3 points away from victory for her Anderson Valley Panthers. She serves, and it's Hannah Andrews digging it out. Sarnas back to Andrews, and Andrews hits it up against the net. An error and point for the Panthers. Error for the Eagles, point for the Panthers. It's now 23 serving 14. Danielle Anderson getting ready to serve. She gets it over to the net. Andrews plays it, and a soft tap by Tara Sarnas is good, hitting the floor for a point for the Eagles. So now the serve will go back to the Eagles as well, 15 serving 23. Danielle Anderson, she spells her last name with the E, Andersen, compared to the Anderson Valley High School name, which is Anderson. And a serve went wrong for the Eagles there, making it 24-15. Game point and serve now for the Panthers. It is Karina Perez to serve. And she gets a little lift on her leg as she gets that one over the net. Kirsten Andrews playing it to the side of the Panthers. Dug out by Perez, set for Gahiola, who fires wide right. Point and serve now to the Eagles. 16 serving 24. They're going to have to battle back if they want to take this game, will the Eagles. Right now they're facing game point from the Panthers. And Gahiola will get that game point. Hitting the ball just inside the confines of the Anderson Valley territory. Mirla Gahiola makes this a 25-14 game, or 25-16 game, I'm sorry, is the final in that one. Folks, we'll be right back here on PlayOnSports.com, once again live from the Anderson Valley Gym on the campus of Anderson Valley High School in Boonville, California, giving you the broadcast of the 2012 North Coast Section Division VI Girls Volleyball Championship game. All right, folks, so we're back here. And worth noting, talking with my producer Omar about this, Rincon Valley Christian, a different setup compared to most schools, as it is a combination school. Some of the students at the school go there every day, and some are homeschooled, and that is the case here on this volleyball team. You take a look at the number of girls that are on this team. Out of 12 girls, 7 of them go every day, and 5 are homeschooled, including the 2 Andrews sisters who have been key for the Eagles tonight. Hannah and Kirsten are homeschooled, along with Jillian Sarnas, Brittany Douglas, and Grace Bartholomew. And as for the everydayers, Tara Sarnas, Madison Provost, Kara Robinson, Heather Deitch, Daniela Zapata, Claire Doodle, and Jay Buckman. The Eagles with a chance to do some work here. They will have the serve. And that is going to become an advantage for them, as this is their last chance to put up a fight and send this one to 5 games. That's the goal right now. They need to win this game first, as we're about to enter game 4. Right now, the current score, the Eagles took the first set by a score of 25-15. The second set went to the Panthers 25-20, and this third set that we just got finished with was a score 25-16 in favor of the Anderson Valley Panthers. So Panthers trying to close this one out here in game 4. The Eagles trying to even it up and send it to a game 5. The Eagles serve it over to the Panthers, who play it well, and now it's back to the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles side of things. Hannah Andrews with a hard kill attempt, dug out there by Danielle Anderson. Gahiola getting it over the net, but she will hook it left and out of bounds. And just watching that one fall out of bounds was Daniela Zapata. 1-0 the score. Kirsten Andrews now on the serve, the sophomore for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. Gahiola gets it over the net. Daniela Zapata bumps it for Kirsten Andrews, who gets it over for her sister Hannah. Great defense once again being played by the Panthers as they get it over to the Eagles. And a block attempt there by Manriquez. That hits off of Manriquez and out of bounds. So a point for the Eagles once again, who now lead 2-0 here in game 4 and have the serve. Gahiola setting it up high for Manriquez. Backing up to get it is Deitch. And then Hannah Andrews with a run-up and kill attempt, hits it off the net, and now she's saying, it's okay, I know it's my fault, but let's go get this, talking to her sister and the rest of the backcourt line mates. So now it's 1 serving 2 as the Panthers get their first serve here in game 4. Kirsten Andrews sending it for a sprawling Chelsea Teague, and then Manriquez nearly going out of bounds to chase that one. Point and serve back to the Eagles of Rincon Valley Christian, 3-1. It'll be Kara Robinson, the vocal leader of this Eagles squad, to serve. Kara set, and she hits it up against the net. An unforced error on the serve makes it now 2-3. Serve and point to the Panthers. Juana Manriquez to serve. Outside hitter sophomore, been impressed with her so far tonight, blocking and going up for kills. She will be a valuable asset for head coach McDonald for years to come. And the Eagles not having an easy time in hitting the ball from the Panthers. They hit it out of bounds. It's now 3-3 as the Panthers control serve. Hannah Andrews with a kill attempt that goes off of Anderson and into the crowd. And so point and serve now back to the Eagles. It's 4 serving 3. Tara Sarnas to serve. It's off of Garcia. Farber setting it up for Gagiola, who sends it off of Kirsten Andrews. Now it's Hannah Andrews for the spike! Off of Danielle Anderson once again. That's now 2 spikes in a row for Hannah. Off of Danielle Anderson. She gets up, though, and is all smiles. Once again, acknowledging to her teammates that she was sorry for that, but I don't think they can be any bit mad as she went full out flying to get it. That just shows hard work and effort. And this time the Eagles sail the ball deep. So point and serve to the Panthers. It's now 4 serving 5. On the serve is Gagiola. Goes off the hands of Hannah Andrews. Sarnas back for Andrews. Nice set and dig out there by Perez. Over to Gagiola, who gets it over to the net. Kirsten Andrews setting it for Sarnas, who puts it up for Jade Buckman. And Gagiola to Garcia, over to Danielle Anderson, who's now up front, moved from the back position. It's Sarnas setting it up for Jade Buckman, but once again, Gagiola is there. Now it's Stephanie Garcia putting it up for Farber, and Jade Buckman with the block to make it 6-4. Point and serve back to the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, who have the lead. It's Hannah Andrews with the serve, over the net to Karina Perez. And Mirla Gagiola making chase on getting that ball, but she does hit it out of bounds. It'll be a point and serve sticking with the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. And Hannah Andrews with an ace. A hard facial off of Karina Perez. She has had a lot of facials tonight. Last time I checked, this wasn't a spa. But the cucumbers have pretty much been in her eyes tonight, getting a lot of facials. 8 serving 4 is the score in favor of the Eagles, who have an error there as they hit it out of bounds. So now it'll be 5 serving 8. Stephanie Garcia to serve for the Anderson Valley Panthers. Garcia gets it over the net. Played by Kirsten Andrews to Sarnas, back to Kirsten Andrews, who gets it to Gagiola. Skies high for Garcia. Tap by Farber. And they're going to say net violation by the Panthers. And so the point and serve go back to the Eagles. It'll be 9 serving 5. And now Hannah Andrews, the senior, talking things over with Jade Buckman, the freshman, on different strategies to use. Hannah Andrews has been around the block quite a bit. Talks about the sport of volleyball. Jade Buckman, still a freshman, has a lot to learn. Stephanie Garcia learning that the net is pretty tall. As she hits the ball up against the net, it'll be a point for the Eagles, who now lead 10-5 here in Game 4, trailing the overall match 2-1, needing this game to stay alive. Folks, PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Saturday night volleyball action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events and all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. Last night got to broadcast the De La Salle Pittsburgh game, North Coast section football. And once again, De La Salle displaying dominance. It was a pretty close first half, only 14-7 at the end of the first half. But Pittsburgh got worn down, as do most teams when they play De La Salle. Final score 35-13. Tia Pepe Vitale with 4 touchdowns, 145 yards on the night. Crajon Menifee had over 100 yards in a score for Pittsburgh, but he was getting hit quite hard and was hobbling a lot throughout the night. Back from the break, Eagles trying to get set for a kill attempt, and they do! It's off the hands of Karina Perez, who has really had a tough time tonight handling some of the spikes that have gone her way. And so now the score up to 6-point differential here for the Eagles. 11 serving 5. It's Zapata on the serve. Farber to get it over the net. She does. Zapata with the two-handed soft hand bump. And now it's Sarnas for Robinson, who gets it over. And now Danielle Anderson with a soft-handed touch to Hannah Andrews. Sarnas back for Andrews, off the net, and it's a kill for Hannah Andrews, who cannot believe it. She had that look on her face like, I got saved. Got saved by the net. 12 serving 15. Gahiola to Farber, who gets it over the net for the Panthers. Now the Eagles on the attack, and it is Kirsten Andrews who bumps it into the net. An error there. And now her dad, the head coach, Jim Andrews, telling her things, and so is Kara Robinson. 6 serving 12. Hannah Andrews gets it over the net to Gahiola, who puts it over for Stephanie Garcia to set for Danielle Anderson off the hands of Hannah Andrews. Point and serve to the home team Panthers, who trail by 5 here in game 4. 7 serving 12. Danielle Anderson on the serve off of Hannah Andrews for Sarnas, back for Kirsten Andrews. Block attempt by Manriquez, who went up but was no good. The ball kind of sticks to her hands and then goes out of bounds on her side of the net. Point and serve back to the Eagles of Rincon Valley Christian. Now 13-7 the score here in set 4. And it'll be Heather Deitch to serve it. Great dig out there by Stephanie Garcia. Gahiola with a fierce kill off of Hannah Huffman. And so now, point and serve back to Anderson Valley. It's just a back and forth affair at the moment. 8 serving 13. Hannah Andrews going down low, and the net helps them out. Helps the Panthers out. The Eagles unable to get the ball over the net. It's now 9-13. 9-13 to score. The Panthers will have serve after the timeout called by head coach Jim Andrews for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, who could sense his team getting tired. Anderson Valley trying to put it away for the three-peat. The last team in North Coast Section Girls Volleyball to three-peat was Bishop O'Dowd, winning it in 08, 09, and 2010. That in their division, the Division 2. And so here it is, Danielle Anderson to serve. Her team trailing by 4, back from the timeout. 9 serving 13. Anderson just barely getting over the net. Great dig out by Zapata. It skimmed the net there. Low line drive serve. And now it's Manriquez putting it off Zapata, but she gets down low, saves it. It's Sarnas for Kirsten Andrews. And now the Panthers showing great defense. It's Gahiola off of Zapata, over to Sarnas, who gets it into the hands of Kirsten Andrews. Andrews gets the kill in front of Chelsea Teague. Does a little celebration afterwards. And her team up by 5. It's 14-9. Eagles with the lead here in game 4. Set 4. Kirsten Andrews with the serve. It's off of Gahiola to Manriquez. Now it's up to Garcia to send it over the net, and she does. Kirsten Andrews laces one, a hard laser at Danielle Anderson, who's able to control it. Manriquez getting some help, deflected off the net, and getting a point in front of Zapata for the Anderson Valley Panthers. 10 serving 14. And we've got a lady down on the floor taking pictures. I think it's Kara Robinson's mom. And she's saying, good try, don't worry about it. You girls got this. Hannah Andrews with a demolishing spike right in front of Chelsea Teague. Makes it 15-10 in favor of Rincon Valley Christian here in game 4. And now it'll be Kara Robinson to serve, the senior middle backer. She goes to school every day, unlike some of her teammates that are homeschooled. And now it's Garcia to Gahiola, and Gahiola will get the kill in front of Hannah Andrews, who went tumbling, or make that Kirsten Andrews, who went tumbling to the floor to try to save it. So it'll be 11 serving 15, and now Provost is going to get an action photo. Juana Manriquez on the serve. It's off of Deitch. Hannah Andrews taps it up against the net, and it falls on the floor in Eagle territory. An error there will be 12 serving 15. Just did not get all of her hand on that shot. Missed it a little bit. And so now it's 12 serving 15. And once again, the Eagles having a hard time. They had a race to get the ball, then they hit it up against the net, and then it was a triple tap violation. And now it's 13 serving 15. Juana Manriquez for the Panthers. Off of Provost, who gets it to Sarnas for Kirsten Andrews. Sprawling attempt at a dive there by Perez, keeps it in play. Perez sends it over the net in front of Provost, who cannot reach for it. And now it's 14 serving 15. Anderson Valley only trailing by 1. With Juana Manriquez, the sophomore, to serve. And Manriquez, with all the momentum starting to rally back for the Panthers. Manriquez doesn't get all ball on that serve. It goes up against the net and stays in Panther territory, creating a point for the Eagles. Serve for the Eagles. It'll be Tara Sarnas to serve. Tara gets it over the net to Gagiola for Farber, who sets it for Gagiola. Back over to the net, deflection. Sticks around in the Eagle side of things, and now it's Karina Perez for Garcia, setting it up for Farber. Farber with a touch in front of Provost. And another point for the Panthers makes it 15-16. Gagiola on the serve, gets it over the net. Kirsten Andrews handles it for Tara Sarnas. Back for Hannah Andrews. Hard spike met by Gagiola, and then it's Karina Perez who cannot get it over the net for the Panthers. And so now it's a 17-15 score in favor of the Eagles of Rincon Valley Christian. It'll be Hannah Andrews to serve. Hannah does serve. Perez digs it out. Anderson up front, setting it for Gagiola, who gets it over the net. And now it's Sarnas setting it up for Kirsten Andrews, who tries to get the kill attempt to flex off the net, and now Danielle Anderson sends it over the net into Eagle side of things. Sarnas for Kirsten Andrews. Garcia in the right place at the right time, gets a hand on it for Anderson, who puts it up in the air for Gagiola, and Gagiola hits it up against the net. And so a timeout will be taken by head coach McDonald for the Anderson Valley Panthers. 15-18 is what his team is trailing by. His team in danger of pushing this game to a deciding fifth set if they can't get the job done here. Meanwhile, Coach Andrews talking things out with his ladies in navy blue and white, saying, look, ladies, all we need is 7 more points, and we will push this to a fifth and decisive set. Do you want the championship or not? Do you want to shave my mustache or not? That is what he's saying right now. I know it. I can see it in his face. Like I said, I've got the lady to my left, and she is taking excellent shots. She's even telling the girls, hey, really quick, look my way. Boom. Then she gets a shot. Right now, she could have had a chance to get a great action shot of Tara Sarnas. She looked right at us. Now Tara Sarnas focused in talking things out with Jade Buckman. The Eagles on the serve, they get the point. Ball off of Stephanie Garcia, make that Karina Perez, and now it's 19 serving 15. Hannah Andrews on the serve, it goes off of Perez, backwards, tracking it down was Garcia. She gets it over the net, and now the Eagles on attack. And it's Kirsten Andrews off of Karina Perez, who has done all she can tonight, but has come up short on many of occasions. And now it's 20 serving 15. Hannah Andrews on the serve for the Eagles, getting it over the net. It's Anderson for the Panthers, and Gagiola rather lazy in her attempt to get the ball over the net. She hits it up against the net, and it's now 21-15. A 6-point lead 4 points away from game set for the Eagles. Tara Sarnas setting it up for Kirsten Andrews, and the Eagles play it well, and they finally get it back to the Eagles, and now it's back to the Panthers. It's Barber who sets it for Garcia, getting it over the net. Now it's Sarnas for the Eagles to Hannah Andrews. Great save there by Perez for Manriquez. Anderson taps it now over the net to the Eagles. It's Prevost to Tara Sarnas, setting it up for Kirsten Andrews. Net violation there by Sarnas. It'll be a point given to the Eagles, and they will now control the serve. 16-21. Stephanie Garcia will serve, the junior setter for this Anderson Valley Panther squad. Prevost there to handle the serve. The set for Kirsten Andrews. Great defense by Gagiola. And now it's Stephanie Garcia who gets it over the net, tapped by Prevost. Into the hands of Sarnas, setting it up for Kirsten Andrews with another hard facial, this time off of Karina Perez again. Perez has really taken some ferociously hit balls right at her. 22 serving 16. It'll be Daniela Zapata on the serve. Overhand touch by Gagiola to Garcia, eventually tapped over by Anderson to the Eagles. Sarnas setting it up for Kirsten Andrews. Great dig out by Karina Perez. Racing back to get it is Gagiola, back to Perez, who sends it over the back of her body to the Eagle side of things. Hannah Andrews now with the kill attempt off the net. And a point goes to the Panthers. They will now have serve. It's 17 serving 22. Checking in for Anderson Valley is Gabby McDonald to serve. The junior outside hitter gets it over the net, off the hands of Hannah Andrews to Tara Sarnas, back to Kirsten Andrews, and Andrews gets the point. Hits that ball just inside the playing lines of this volleyball court. And so it'll be 17 serving 23. And now it's Heather Deitch. Getting it over to Gagiola, who puts it over the net to Zapata. Tara Sarnas for Kirsten Andrews, and a good defense there by Chelsea Teague, digging it out. Now she has to hit it over the net for the Panthers. She does, and now it's the Eagles to control on the attack. Hitting it over was Kara Robinson, and now Gagiola with the two-handed touch, getting it over the net for the Panthers. Kirsten Andrews getting set up for the kill attempt. Great dig out by Perez. It's Danielle Anderson keeping it alive. Chelsea T getting it over the net. They're going to say that Anderson was out of bounds in keeping it alive. 23-17. Point goes to the Eagles, and they will still retain serve. It'll be Heather Deitch to serve. Waiting for her call from the refs to resume play. 2 more points for the Eagles, and they will push this to a fifth and final game in this match between the top 2 seeds in the North Coast Section Division 6 for girls volleyball. And another hard shot that went off Perez's hands and then hit her in the chin. And so now it's game point for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. 24-17. Heather Deitch with the running serve. Gets it over the net. Manriquez to Gagiola. Nice save there by Hannah Andrews. Sarnas setting it up for Kirsten Andrews, who gets the game point and the kill. 25-17, the final here in set 4. And so that means we will go into a do-or-die game 5 here in this North Coast section. Division 6 championship for girls volleyball between the top 2 seeds, the number 2 seeded Rincon Valley Christian Eagles and the number 1 seeded Anderson Valley Panthers. The 2 captains are talking it over with one of the line judges right now as to who will get serve. It'll be a coin toss. And getting the call at first are the Eagles. Folks, stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this exciting and exhilarating volleyball match. That's coming up following the game, or match if you will, on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Rincon Valley Christian winning a North Coast section title in the years 2009 and 2007. In 2007, they defeated Marin Academy in 3 games, 25-20, 25-20, 25-20. Pretty odd, huh? Finishing their season with a 35-3 record. And of course, in 2009, albeit at their own high school, they beat the Anderson Valley Panthers with, at the time, that was when Rincon Valley Christian was number 1, Anderson Valley was number 2. And they won in 3 games, 25-8, 25-21, and 25-14, finishing their season 30-5. And we talked about Anderson Valley looking for the three-peat tonight if they're able to get the win. They won last year, beating the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles in an upset fashion. It was the top 2 seeds, but Anderson Valley was the 2 seed. Rincon Valley Christian was the 1 seed at Rincon Valley Christian last year in a 5-game set. So now this is consecutive years where these 2 teams have met up, and consecutive years where it has been 5 games to decide, or 5 sets, if you will, to decide who will be the champ. Last year, Anderson Valley won 25-19, 17-25, 25-23, 23-25, 16-14. And of course, they won in 2010, knocking off Pacific Union Prep in 3. That was the last time Anderson Valley played a championship game here on their home floor. 2010, they won 25-16, 25-18, 25-16. Coach McDonald saying this about his team. He said this could be one of the best he's ever had here at Anderson Valley. He's been here a long time, 29 seasons, the longest out of any coach in any program for sports here at this high school. And he said, quote, when we started the season, we had to go through a growing process. Now we're a mature team. Every Anderson Valley team prides itself on playing defense and just getting the ball back. This team ranks right up there. They have been led by Karina Perez, Juana Manriquez during this playoff run. Also Mirla Gagiola and Alex Farber getting in the mix. And that's the thing. He says when they do a good job of distributing the ball on offense and everyone gets involved, good things usually happen. And so this is it. This is for all the marbles right here, right now. There will be no more sets after this one. The 5th and final set, the do or die. This is what every volleyball match hopes for. That's when you know that 2 great teams have given it their all and have really rose to the task ahead of them. And they've left it all on the floor so far for the first 4 games, first 4 sets. And I don't expect anything to change here in this 5th and final set. Head coach Jim Andrews getting pumped. He was a JV coach before this year, got promoted to varsity. And what a run his girls have had, making it to the championship game to face their nemesis, the Anderson Valley Panthers, for a 2nd consecutive year in the North Coast Section Division 6 championship match. The Eagles won the toss before Game 5. They will serve. It'll be Karina Perez serving for her Panthers. Eagles hit it right at Perez, but she is there along with Garcia and Gagiola, who laces one in front of Heather Deitch. It stays in bounds for a point. 1-0 Panthers. Karina Perez bumps it over to the Eagles, who get a little wild with their shot. And a good point put in front of me by my producer, Omar Lewis. The team that has scored the first point has won each set here tonight. And with the Panthers scoring the first point here in set 5 makes you think maybe they might be in control to win this one. And it's Gagiola sending it off of Deitch. Point. 3-0 now. Home team Panthers out in front. Karina Perez will retain serve. Also on the floor with her, Anderson, Teague, Gagiola, Manriquez, and Garcia. And it is Kara Robinson with a soft tap in front of Danielle Anderson for the point. Kara Robinson makes this 1 serving 3 now as her Eagles will get control of the serve. It's Kirsten Andrews to serve it. Manriquez putting it up high for Gagiola. Block attempt by Manriquez. Both her and Tara Sarnas hit the ball at the same time. It stayed on the floor for the Panthers. Now back for the Eagles. Sarnas setting it up for Hannah Andrews with a hard kill in front of a leaping Karina Perez. It'll now be 2 serving 3. On the floor for the Eagles up front, Kara Robinson, Tara Sarnas, and Hannah Andrews. In the middle, Daniela Zapata and Heather Deitch. And in the back serving is Kirsten Andrews. Her serve goes over the net. Digging it out is Karina Perez. Gagiola puts it up over the net. Now it's Sarnas setting it up for Kara Robinson in front for Danielle Anderson. She cannot hang on. And so now, just like that, things evened up at 3 points apiece with the Eagles coming back from down 3-0 here in this 5th game set to even it up on their serve by Kirsten Andrews. Manriquez for Garcia, who puts it up over the net with a soft 2-handed touch. And now it's Hannah Andrews off of Chelsea Teague, who plays it for Manriquez, and then Karina Perez puts it over the net. Now it's the Eagles on attack. Kara Robinson, great block by Manriquez. But even better acknowledgement of that by the Eagles, staying with it. And now it's Chelsea Teague up high for Garcia, who goes to Manriquez. Now it's a battle between Manriquez and Tara Sarnas. Volley still alive for both squads as Hannah Andrews cannot kill it because Chelsea Teague was there. And now it's Deitch to Sarnas, setting it up for Hannah Andrews. Danielle Anderson is there. Gagiola being forced to put it over the net. She does. Right in Zapata to Sarnas, setting it for Hannah Andrews, and the kill! And head coach Jim Andrews waving his hands in the air like he just doesn't care. And right now, his team goes into a timeout with a 1-point lead, 4-3. They came back in this set. The Eagles started this set with the serve, 3 straight points, or make that the Panthers started this set with the serve, 3 straight points. And then they turned it over, and the Eagles have since kept the point, kept the serve, and have taken the lead 4-3. The linesman, Chris, holding on to the ball. And now Chris walks around the perimeter of the court and gives the ball to the lady who will serve, that being Kirsten Andrews, sophomore and daughter of the head coach for this Rincon Valley Christian Eagles volleyball team. Sarnas sets it up for Hannah Andrews. Kill attempt off the bump of Danielle Anderson into the hands of Garcia for Gagiola. Manriquez tapping it over, and now it needs to get over the net, and it does by Chelsea Teague. Once again, now Sarnas and Robinson on the attack for the Eagles, and it's hit high off the roof by Danielle Anderson. They do play it. It is playable. And now Hannah Andrews with the kill attempt, and Perez takes it, meets it, and then it's hit out of bounds by Juana Manriquez. And so now the Anderson Valley Panthers down 5-3. Kirsten Andrews, 5 straight points off of her serves. She will retain her serve. Juana Manriquez putting it up high for Gagiola. She hits one off of Zapata. Deitch to Kirsten Andrews, and finally the Eagles break, hitting a ball up against the net. Turning the ball over to the Panthers. It'll be 4 serving 5. Juana Manriquez on the serve for the Panthers. Nice arching serve over the net. Hannah Andrews with a laser there, dug out by Perez, and now it's Gagiola firing wide and left of the line. Tried to put it where no one wasn't, and she did that, but it was out of bounds. And so now it's 6-4 the score in favor of the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. And Kara Robinson's serve 7 feet deep and out of bounds. 5 serving 6. A very close 5th and decisive game set, and now it's Perez and Manriquez talking things over for Anderson Valley. Great block attempt by Farber. Hit off the hands of Claire Doolittle, I'm sorry. And so just like that, we're even up 6-all in this 5th and decisive game set. The Panthers will have the serve coming back from the timeout break. Timeout taken by head coach Jim Andrews of the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. And no matter what the score happens tonight, no matter who the champ is, one thing I can say is it's been a joy to watch this game. Both teams have given it their all and have played extremely tough. Battling it out one more time just to reset you the score so far. The set 1 was taken by Rincon Valley Christian, 25-15. Set 2 was taken by Anderson Valley, 25-20. Anderson Valley also went on to win set 3, 25-16. And then staving off elimination in set 4 was Rincon Valley Christian, winning 25-17. Here are the Panthers back from the break in the serve. It's Gagiola with the serve. And it hits off of Provost and deflects near me in the table, giving the serve and point lead back to the Panthers. 7-6 now the score. Anderson Valley, if they can control the lead, all they need to do is hit it at Provost, it seems like, as she has mishandled 2 balls hit her way. And so now it's 8-6, and Provost will come off for a break. Coming in to replace her will be the libero, Grace Bartholomew. Gagiola with the serve off of Deitch, and a net violation from Claire Doolittle, a sophomore, and now it's 9-6. And Gagiola is all smiles as she gets ready to serve the ball. Serves off of Deitch. Sarnas to Hannah Andrews, but the Panthers play it well. Gagiola sends it over the net. Once again, it's Sarnas for Andrews. This time off of Perez. Hits high, nearly touches the ceiling. And racing up to put it over the net was Perez. Now it's Sarnas for Andrews with a line drive kill at Manriquez. Point for the Eagles, and now they get the serve back. Trailing 7-9. Tara Sarnas, the junior, to serve for the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. It is Perez tapping it up in the air for Gagiola. Gagiola gets it over the net, and Andrews with another hard line drive kill inbounds, and now it's 8-9. Tara Sarnas keeping the serve for the Eagles, who put it over the net for the Panthers. Dug out by Perez. Danielle Anderson for Farber, who gets it over the net. Now it's Sarnas. Taps it straight up in the air. Claire Doolittle sends it out of bounds. Point to the Anderson Valley Panthers. It is 10-8. The Panthers 5 points away from three-peating as champions of the North Coast Section Division 6. And it's Gagiola calming the girls down before the serve. Danielle Anderson hitting it off of Kirsten Andrews. Jade Buckman, sky-high shot, which needs to get hit over the net. It does, with just the littlest of deflections. And now it's Farber spiking it to the libero who plays it well. That's Bartholomew. Jade Buckman with a hard spike at Gagiola who plays it well. And then the kill attempt by Farber, and it's good. And now it's 11 serving 8. 4 points away from victory are the Panthers of Anderson Valley on their home floor. And it's Stephanie Garcia for the serve. Sarnas putting it up for Hannah Andrews. Off of Garcia and out of bounds. Make that off of Perez and out of bounds. And so it will be 9 serving 11. Point and serve going to the Eagles. Jade Buckman to serve it. Kelly Farber with the spike attempt, which goes to Hannah Andrews. Back to Sarnas and back to Andrews. Running into each other are Perez and Manriquez. Farber gets it over the net. Now it's the Eagles. Sarnas for Hannah Andrews. Great dig out there by Gagiola. And now it's Danielle Anderson. Great dig out by make that Hannah Andrews. Stephanie Garcia putting it up for Gagiola. Now it's, make that Garcia to Gagiola. Great dig out there by Manriquez. Make that Stephanie Garcia full front dive for it. Sarnas, and now Kirsten Andrews needs to get over net. Manriquez is there. Danielle Anderson to Gagiola. Jade Buckman to Sarnas. Over for Kirsten Andrews, which goes with the soft-handed, one-handed tap over the net. And now it's Garcia putting it in no man's land, but eventually no man's land becomes somebody's man's land as Hannah Andrews races down and tracks it down. We're seeing an excellent volley here between both squads. Great defense. It hits the floor despite a diving attempt by the libero, Bartholomew. Manriquez with the great job there, and now it's 12-9, a 3-point advantage for the Panthers, who are looking to close this one out for their 3rd straight championship. Folks, stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show, post-match show, where we will select our player of the match as well as wrap up all the action from this match. That's coming up following this match on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Once again, I am joined by Omar Lewis, my producer, and Hans Webb, the videographer, has been giving you great shots tonight of this match. He has the camera set on the leading coach at the moment, 29th season, that being Mike McDonald, a.k.a. Flick, talking it out with his teammates, or with his team, the Anderson Valley Panthers. It'll be Danielle Anderson to serve. Gagiola talking things out with Perez and Garcia. And now Anderson with a baby tap forces Manriquez to have to get it over the net in an awkward position. Hannah Andrews with a line drive laser that goes to Perez. She plays it quite well considering how hard that ball was hit. And now Perez with the soft tap to Stephanie Garcia, to Danielle Anderson, and Hannah Andrews dives to get it. Now she pops up off the floor and goes for the kill attempt. Digging it out is Gagiola, and it is Manriquez who puts it over the net. Sarnas for Kirsten Andrews. Great block by Danielle Anderson, and now it's 13-9. A 4-point lead for the Panthers, 2 points away from winning this match. And they force the hard-hitting Hannah Andrews into hitting it hard off the net. 14-9, game point for the Panthers, and now the Panther fans are on their feet, making noise. And maybe it was too much noise, as it seemed as if Gabby McDonald wasn't ready for that moment. She was the server. She serves it up against the net. Now it's 14 serving 10. Daniela Zapata will serve for Rincon Valley Christian. Zapata gets the ball over to the net, right to Gagiola, who plays it to Manriquez, back to Gagiola, and now Hannah Andrews digs it out. Sarnas for Kirsten Andrews. Wide! Line! No. They're going to say it hit in line. Inbounds. The Anderson Valley fans can't believe it. The teammates can't believe it. Meanwhile, the Eagles know they got away with one right there. This time it does sail wide. And the Anderson Valley Panthers on their home floor will three-peat in the sport of girls volleyball for the North Coast Section Division 6. That is right, 3 consecutive championships in the sport of volleyball for the Anderson Valley Panthers, led by their man in his 29th season, head coach Mike McDonald, a.k.a. Flick, in a 5th set, which was drama down to the end of it. 15-11 was the final score in that 5th set. And so the final score overall for the match, Anderson Valley winning this 3 sets to 2. 25-15, 25-20, 25-16, 25-17, 15-11. The fans are now on the floor celebrating with their teammates and their family members. Meanwhile, it's a somber note for the Anderson Valley Eagles, who have came so far. We're hoping to taste championship again like they did in 2009. Wasn't meant to be for the first-year head man, Jim Andrews, who was looking to shave off his mustache, and now he's going to have to keep growing it out. What a phenomenal game we saw here tonight. The heart displayed by both teams. Effort, pride. They both battled it out. And in the end, Anderson Valley did win and did a great job of ball control. Folks, we're going to be right back. They're going to get through the presentation of the championship to the Anderson Valley Panthers. Meanwhile, I'm just going to make sure that I solidify our player of the match. We'll be right back with an interview with that player, who I don't know who it's going to be yet, but I think I have an idea. So, like I said, folks, stay tuned to the PlayOnSports.com for our post-game coverage. We'll wrap up all the action in our post-game show and have an interview with our player of the match that's coming up in just a few moments. Once again, the Anderson Valley Panthers. They have three-peated in the sport of girls volleyball in the North Coast section for Division 6 by defeating their rivals, longtime rivals, very familiar with them, the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles. The Panthers defeat the Eagles 3-2 here on Saturday Night Volleyball on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com post-game show. We have selected our player of the match, and now we have an interview with her. Her name is Mirla Gagiola, a senior on this year's Anderson Valley Panther squad. She is one of the outside hitters. Mirla, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Your third championship in a row, and
That's
you have
right.
been a member of all three teams, all league as a sophomore even. And that's the thing that impressed me. I was looking at your stats online. You know, you're all league at volleyball, you're all league at basketball, you're all league at softball. I mean, just a phenomenal athlete, huh?
Thank you. Yeah, it takes a lot of work, and
How do you do it all? I mean, how do you just bounce from sport to sport to sport?
I don't know. I have a game next week on basketball, and I just finished, so I jump into sport just
And
right
what
out of the
position do you
season.
play at basketball? I noticed you pitch
Power
in softball,
guard.
right?
Yeah, I'm a pitcher at softball, and I'm a power guard in basketball.
Okay, long range three-point shot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep my grades up, do my homework, so that's the advantage of being a good athlete, I guess, too.
Okay, well, we could talk more outside the court things later, but let's get back to the court for a
Yeah.
minute. That's where you really shine tonight. You had 8 kills, really helped out your team. And the thing I noticed about you, too, even when you weren't getting the kills, but there was that presence that you had in that game when you guys got up, I believe, like 9-6,
Yeah.
of just calming your girls down, saying, don't get too excited yet, and just, you probably knew how good the other team you were
Yeah.
facing was. How intense was it for you out on the floor tonight, just throughout the entire match?
I felt like I had a lot of responsibility since it's my third year, and I've been playing in playoffs since my sophomore year, and I feel like I just had the responsibility to keep my team in a good, positive relationship, and I don't know, like I just felt like I had to be positive so they could be positive too, and like because if we would have had a bad point or just lose the ball, we needed to get a side down. We couldn't let our heads down.
Right. And I mean, one of your players that could have easily had her head down could have been Karina Perez. My God,
Yeah,
she had to deal with all those hard facials from
Yeah.
a very tough opponent in Hannah Andrews. But she played well. She's a senior as well as you.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you guys kind of gone on that ride together. Just describe maybe yours and Karina's relationship a little bit as far as.
She's been playing varsity since her freshman year, so she has more experience than me. She's really experienced, and all she does is digs, and she's really good at digging. I am really proud of her, and thanks to her, we get most of our points because she gets all of the digs, and our chemistry is really good. We're really good friends too, and just because we are on the team and we make it happen pretty much all the time.
And even Manriquez, for a sophomore, was playing pretty good, blocking a lot of shots up front. It seemed like you were all kind of in the mix, all really good teamwork, collaborating with each other.
It took us a lot of work to become a team since the beginning of the season. New players come. Right. We need to talk and have more chemistry with each other. And at the end, we became a good team, and we pulled it together.
And what do you say to those people who say, but they don't play a traditional volleyball game. They don't have a girl that you could just set it up to and she spikes it. They kind of just force you into making the mistake. And what do you say to people that talk like that?
We're a defensive team. We're not a powerful team. You can see their high was way taller than us, and we could actually handle them. We don't focus on power hits or anything. We just defense, and we dig and dig and dig till we get our medals.
And and that's right. You now have 3 of them. Is there enough space for all these medals in your room?
Of course, I can make more space.
and does this one feel any more special than the
yes,
other 3,
it's
being
my
that it's your senior year?
And it was great to leave the season with a medal and a championship, and I feel really proud of my team too.
Well, that's awesome. Once again, really proud of your team effort tonight. You played great. And I wish you the best of luck in basketball and softball. And have you thought of any colleges?
Yeah, I'm planning to go to Sonoma State and probably try it out there.
All 3 sports, or which sport?
Volleyball.
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 Okay, cool. Well, the woman who has the Twitter handle of @Mirla Gagiola, it says Niners, A's, Giants. I get that. And then Celtics. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I just when I watched them play, I just really enjoyed them. And I love the Celtics. Although the Warriors are local here, but I'm in love with the Celtics.
Well, cool. Well, folks, once again, this is our phenomenal athlete. She's a stud in everything she tries out there. She does have a basketball game coming up, in a week?
Yes.
She has to get ready for basketball now, transition from one sport to the next. This is the one and only Mirla Gagiola from the Anderson Valley Panthers, whose team three-peated after tonight by winning their 3rd consecutive North Coast Section Division VI Girls Volleyball Championship by a final score of 3-2. So we'll be back. I'll wrap this thing up from the Anderson Valley Gym, and then we'll get on out of here, make our trek back deeper into the Bay Area. But folks, please come back for the post-game show where we'll wrap it up. And once again, a great thanks goes out to Mirla Gagiola for joining us. She was our player of the game tonight.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PlayOnSports.com postgame show live from the Anderson Valley Gym on the campus of Anderson Valley High School in Boonville, California, the site of tonight's North Coast Section Division VI championship match for the sport of girls volleyball, in which the home school that plays their matches here on a regular basis won their third consecutive North Coast Section championship for the sport of girls volleyball. Very impressive feat. The last time it has been done in the North Coast Section was Bishop O'Dowd's girls volleyball team doing it in 2008, 2009, and 2010. Mirla Gagiola was our player of the game, reasonably so. She had 8 kills, but more than that, she did a great job of calming her team down when things got really excitable out there on the floor, and said just to stick with our game plan, don't get overexcited, because we haven't won this thing yet. I think she realized that they had a really great opponent that they played tonight in the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles, who were led by their first-year coach, Jim Andrews. He was hoping to shave off his mustache. That was the goal tonight if his team would have pulled it off, but they did not do so. So we'll see if Jim Andrews will have his mustache. I won't be making any trips to Rincon Valley Christian, but we'll just have to cover this game next year. I'll just have to be here next year. I'm sure he'll be here again. He's made it here 2 years in a row, as have the team that have won tonight. They have made it here 3 years in a row and have won all 3. Next year, looking to four-peat. But for right now, they will be fine with wearing a medal for their third consecutive year in a row. And it was a very fun and match to be a part of, a match that went a full five sets, as that is the length of a volleyball match when it goes to the distance. The final score, once again, 25-15 in favor of the Rincon Valley Christian Eagles in Game 1, 25-20 in favor of the the Anderson Valley Panthers in Game 2. Anderson Valley would go on to win Game 3 as well by a final score of 25-16. Then on to Set 4, where Rincon Valley made a contest of it by evening things out at 2 games apiece, winning 25-17. And then the 5th and final game / set, whatever you want to call it, it was the Anderson Valley Panthers winning on their home floor for a third consecutive year by a final score of 15-11. So I think that's going to do it. I don't know if I have much more to say on the issue. So for everyone involved here on the broadcast, Hans Webb, my videographer, coming through with a crucial point stat, and it ended up being true. Omar Lewis said that whoever scored the first point in each set tonight went on to win the match, and that was the case. All the winners scoring the first point, and in the end it was Anderson Valley scoring first, winning the match, and taking home their third consecutive title, the three-peat in the sport of girls volleyball for the North Coast Section in the Division VI. Folks, make sure to check PlayOnSports.com for more information on all of our upcoming broadcasts. Like I said, the next time I will be on the air will be Thanksgiving Day for some football action. It'll be the San Francisco Section Championship Turkey Day game, a tradition that has long stood in the city of San Francisco between the Lincoln Lions and the Mission Bears. The Mission Bears soccer team got a tie in their championship game. At least we know in football there is no ties when it comes down to a championship. Well, there was last week with the Niners, but that's another story. So, folks, for everyone involved, I just want to say so long from the Anderson Valley Gym on the campus of Anderson Valley High School in the city of Boonville, California. Make sure to have a great weekend. For those of you folks in California, stay dry. And always remember to check out PlayOnSports.com for all of our future and upcoming broadcasts. And you want to know something? I'll tell you this. Play on Sports, it's your destination for high school sports.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.